I've got something going on. I need to start giving my talent out there.
I think because of the background of being a Christian and teaching up Sunday school, because now I've got a teaching up Sunday school, and to also get back after realizing what I thought was my actual thing, and which is playing soccer, but then I got injured and I could not carry on anymore with Caps United.
Wow, so, really? I had no idea.
Yeah. So at church, it was the interest of playing a keyboard, because I got there, and I usually used to miss church a lot because of tournaments, because mostly they have tournaments around Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So my chances of missing church were too high. So by the time I was nursing my injury, I think I developed an interest of playing a keyboard, because I saw this guy playing praise and worship and stuff. So that's when I had the interest of, I bought, my father actually bought me a small keyboard. I've never been to school of music.
Right.
So every church Sunday day, I would go behind this guy, check out what he's doing.
Something I should say.
It is. Every time through church in Rukona, and then I go home, I'm, duplicating and, trying all those sort of things. And this guy realizes now, okay. So now this guy, I'm going to miss a church. But now, because I was there, I was not really perfect, but then I was forced to play because I was the only guy who could play by then. So I kept on, improving, and until a time when I went to a studio. The church was recording praise and worship thing. So when we got to a studio in the Heritage Studios, there was one of my brother's guy, the one who used to play bass guitar, Mishek Mahendra, who's now in SA.
All right.
So he discovered me. So he told me straight up, like, you know what? No, keyboard is not your thing, eh? Me, I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay.
So then I recorded my first album, and it was never, I think this was in 2002.
Okay.
And I took it to radio stations. It was never played for like 2 years.
All right. I know.
And then I'm like, God, yes. And then I'm like, God, if you called me to this ministry, and if you called me to say, okay, this is what you want me to do, and look, it's now 2 years. It's just nothing, and I've put in a lot of effort. Then I gave up. I went back to playing soccer, but because I was not really fit enough to play, so when I was playing there, and then there was this radio in Gweru, because I remember I drove going up to Gweru.
Yeah, I remember the days while Paul FM was in Gweru.
Yeah,
Paul FM was in Gweru.
So I went there. So these 2 years, there was a DJ in the Bridget Gala.
Okay.
So she's the one who's like, guys, there is a CD I got 2 years. And I would love for you guys to, listen to this and to tell me if it's a yes and if it's a no. So back then I was a young one. I got away with a new vibe, to my pan. I'm 2000.
It's okay.
So I started my amateur together. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So a player, so back then Vabati Jehovah had done Tom Dana the acapella version. So then I brought in house type of a version.
Okay.
And it was really new. And then, they played Vabati Jehovah, and then the next song she's like, okay, I'm gonna play it. Please let me know what you think. That was it for me until today.
And people are like, who's this person? Who's this person?
And then, I remember I then came up with my own band, but before I came up with my own band, I joined the band, the Amazing Training. She's the one who actually gave me an opportunity, because most of her recordings and stuff and shows and whatever, I was partly involved with all that work.
Wow.
So now, because now my music was playing on radio. So back then, YouTube. And you see, the goodness of internet today, it's easy than the way it was.
True, that's very true.
So you had to be there. People, and payani makaseti, CDs akazodevelopa kuya later. Because for me now it's 20 years. 20 years in the music industry.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
this is going to be my 21st. This one.
Wow.
So some music. So now Messi ndanda mbendi make. So we were organizing the band. So it fine, I took Anna Bethany, Pasina Wako, Anna Donna Chibaya, and myself. Wow. We were the band, Miss.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And then so sometimes they should come late. Oh. And then in Togara, now my music is playing on radio. So we'd rehearse that music.
Okay.
And then on the show should give me an opportunity to sing. So mostly on most of her shows, I was actually, after Imba on the Siroga 40 minutes, so that's how people got to realize, and I got to gain that popularity, and people get to love my music that way. So I think musically, I think that's a brief background.
A very interesting background, and I love the people that you worked with. I had no idea, Kuti, Bethany, and you and Bethany were actually more bandra. That's very interesting. So. Yeah, you can.
Me and Bethany have been very good friends. She's been a very good sister. And if you take note, most of the songs that I've recorded, it's Bethany doing backing vocals.
Really?
And it's Bethany probably doing featurings. There's one thing people don't understand or don't know is there's a song called 1+1.
Yes, 1+1.
That lady who was singing there is Bethany.
Really?
But unfortunately, on the video shoot, she was not there.
Okay.
So I had to look for someone to replace her. So that voice is Bethany. So most of the songs that I recorded as hits, and most songs, it was her doing backing vocals. So I've been with Bethany for some time, and Donna Chibaya, she's been. I think back then she was also making a lot of noise.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's just talk about I think your type of energy as well as your lyrics. So we actually want to know, where do you draw your inspiration from? Because you do play gospel music, but I must say your music has a bit of energy. Like a vibe. It's not as zimo, but most of them are gospel way, of course. So yeah, where do you draw your inspiration from, and who writes your music?
In terms of the inspiration part, I'm godly inspired.
Okay.
Everything I do, or when it comes to writing music, I'm godly inspired. Okay. But then, as for me to really say,
yeah,
I haven't.
Okay.
I'm actually waiting for that, and I'm actually praying for that.
Okay.
I'm actually praying for God to give me a song while I'm sleeping. So I think that would be a very dope song.
Okay.
But how I write my music, I'm motivated to write, and when I look at the surroundings, it might be the experiences that I might have gone through as a person, or that I've known someone has gone through some certain phases in life, or how it is. As a musician, I believe that God has given me a way to express things that are not there to exist and to glorify His name. So I have to write something which is not there. You know how it is when movie directors do things. They will create something that you feel like it's there. Because you need to breathe life into something that will change people's life. So I believe that God has given me this way of being creative so that I can change people's lives, so that I can bring people to Christ, so that to those to those vanoda healing, they find that within what I would have been given by God to write or create.
Lovely.